Hello, my mindful adventures. This is my first technically official YouTube video. I made this video intended and I'm intending to release it on YouTube. Trying not to make it like extra cut. So I'm gonna try to do this in one go, but I might have to splice it a little bit. Be more authentically myself, and I figured I'd do it relaxed, sitting in a chair, so I'm not like everywhere. Because I know sometimes I can get like really, I can move around a lot. So this video, I just want to welcome you guys, my adventures, mindful adventures. If you're from other platforms, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not from other platforms, you just so happen to find me, then I'm glad you're here because this is the first official video that I'm making for YouTube in the format that I want instead of it being vertical. I'm just gonna relax a little bit. I have my water in my little cooler bag here, and my dog is in the background. If you hear rustling or see him, you'll, yeah. His name's Orion Adonis. I just call him Orion. But anywho, I just want to start off with saying who I am. My name, I have a list of things, so I stay on topic. Sun is going down. It's nice and cool. I'm in South Texas in the summertime, so like during the day, like it is hot as mess out here. Like it's so fucking hot. So this is a perfect time to record. Anyway, so who am I? I am Jamila Luckett. Some people might know me as Jamila Gamble. I changed my last name a while ago. I found a new part of myself, or I've been wanting to change my name for a while, and through that I found a new part of myself. I found like different reasons and like different ways that like I can be myself. It's actually my great grandmother's maiden name, and she was known as a Spitfire. She was known as someone who didn't let anybody tell her no or to like stop her from chasing her dreams. And I know that she went through a lot of things in her when she was younger and while she was growing up and learning how to be an adult and things like that, just like most people do. And I resonate with that. I didn't really know her like that because she had pretty bad dementia, but yeah, it's just I felt like talking about my grandmother. She was a constant when I was younger. I helped feed her. I helped change her diapers. I helped all that stuff because when you have dementia, you start to forget things. It can be it can be very dangerous, yes, and it can also be very debilitating not to be able to do certain things. And she would get frustrated. She didn't really say much, but she would get frustrated, and I don't know. I just felt like saying that. You're still here. I'm glad you're still here. But anyway, more about me. I am a Black woman. I also identify as gender fluid. I don't always feel like a woman every single day, but I don't always feel like a man. It's just like, I guess when I dive into the masculine and feminine energies, but I'm trying to figure out how to like balance it. So, but I just honestly, if anything, I'm a fucking human. I'm a human just like you. I bleed red. I have organs. I have a lot of things. I breathe. That's something that we all do. We all breathe. So like, I'm just a person, first and foremost. Before I'm a woman, before I'm Black, before I'm American, before anything, I'm a fucking human being, a Homo sapien. Like, let's just stick with that. I'm also a student. I am in school. I'm doing pre-vet, and which is basically biology, major biology, and I'm also majoring in psychology because I believe that the whole mind, body, and soul connection is very important. I'm very attuned to spirit and like the other realm and things like that. So I feel like by learning the physical things and learning the medical and learning like behavior things that we know already, I feel like that is going to help me build a solid foundation. Also get me a degree. So I have people who come to me and they're not like, oh, she's just like a random weird person or whatever. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I've always wanted to be a vet ever since I was little. Ever since before I went to school, I wanted to help all the animals. And my favorite animal is actually a horse, and I really want to work with them mostly. And I want to do physical therapy, and I feel like physical therapy and mental therapy go hand in hand. If you're a person who doesn't know where to start, you can do all of those things. You don't have to go straight to PT. Like, you can also like do different movements, you can do stretching, you can do yoga, like you can do all kinds of things to align your body, because sometimes, I don't know if you experience this in your life, but I know I've seen videos, and I'm pretty sure you've seen videos, or maybe you haven't, but I've seen like videos of like like chihuahuas, like they're very, if you work in the vet industry or with chihuahuas, you know, chihuahuas can be very unpredictable and very terrifying. um, but that's just because they're pack animals, and they were breed for hunting, and that's why they're fucking terrifying. If you didn't know that, now you do. But anyway, I've seen like a chihuahua be extremely mad, very angry, very like ornery, like old man energy, and then a chiropractor will adjust them, and the adjustment makes them a whole different freaking dog. Like, the dog's like, oh my god, thank you, oh my god, like licking them, happy, oh my god, looking at their owner like, oh, look at me, I feel better, and like that's what I'm interested in. That I'm interested in that type of healing and instant healing. I'm also interested in emotion code therapy, if you've ever heard of it. Basically what it is testing the body, because your body never forgets any types of trauma or anything like that. It is very attuned to those things. So if you go through anything stressful, it's locked in the tissues of your body. Like, your body knows. Sometimes when you have aches and pains and stuff, and if you go to a regular doctor, they're like, we have no idea. It's probably trapped emotions, trapped traumas, things of that nature. And you can do different things. You can do breath work, you can do stretching, somatic exercises. There's different things you can do to release that. You can even go to an emotion code person, or they can also do it, I know, via like remote. um and there's all kinds of things you can do. If you feel like that is something that you're interested in, please go look into it. I know acupuncture can help with things like that. I've never done it, but I've heard that it can help. I actually am interested, so there's that. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do in order to move through that. And I just want to be like that for animals. Like, I really feel connected to like non-human animals. They can't speak for themselves, you know. And some people, like, they have these animals, they've had them for years, but they still don't quite click. I don't know, like there's people they have animals, they love them, and they abuse them all at the same time, but they're not realizing it because they don't fully understand the consequences to their actions. And I want to be that person that helps shed light on that, that helps like bring, what's the word, clarity to that field, because I feel like we should be working with the mind of the animal, not just its body. Just like with people, I feel like there should be a psychiatrist in the clinic, in the hospital at all times. Like, I feel like doctors need more like people, like more people courses, more people oriented. Yeah, we're healing people. Yeah, we're doing stuff for people, but like, are we also like invested in the mind, or are we invested in our pockets with big pharma? Like, what's the point of pumping someone up with pills, and then they need pills for their pills, and then we got a problem? And they do the same thing with animals, and I've seen both sides of it. I've seen both sides, and I don't like either. And I want to be one of the people to change that for people and for animals. Like, I just want to change the stigma around it. I want to bring in natural healing, natural like remedies, like healing through what we eat, healing through how we live our lives. Like, that is part of what a mindful adventure is, and that's like my prime like goal in life. And right now, since I am not a doctor, I'm not a licensed doctor. Like, if you like my advice, that's great, but like, I'm not a licensed doctor. I'm not liable for anything that may occur if you take my advice. Like, I'm really not, because anyway, but back to a mindful adventure. But since I can't, do those things right now, I know that I can share my insights, I can share my mind, I can share my thoughts through YouTube, through my other social medias, through my blog. My blog is the main thing. I love to write. I also like to read, but I like to write way more than I love to read. So I've been writing blog posts for a while, and I it like started off as an idea back in 2020. I was thinking like, because I did blogs in high school and I was like, oh, they seem interesting, but they're like, whatever. But I never really took it seriously, but it just kind of like stuck in the back of my mind. In 2020, I ended up pursuing like an affiliate marketing kind of thing. And through that, I learned how to set up a website. I learned how to protect it. I learned how to do things of that nature. And then I also learned how to like market the things that you're like trying to do or trying to sell. And it was nice, and I definitely have to say it opened up some doors because I was actually like, from that experience, I was able to keep like A Mindful Adventure. It was originally called, the website that I had, A Mindful Adventure, I think it was .life, and now I have a Mindful Adventure .live or live. And honestly, like, it's the way you live, and I'm glad that it went from life to live, because a mindful adventure is the way that you live. It has nothing, it has to do with getting through things. It has to do with navigating difficult situations, but it is not all about just getting through life. It's about how you live in life, how you experience life, and how you impact other, and your mindful presence, being aware of your actions, being aware of the people around you, being aware of the just life around you, like having deep respect for the life that's around you. Like, that is what a mindful adventure is about. And it's about the self, yes, but I believe that when we benefit ourselves, when we help ourselves, when we heal ourselves, that's when we're better able to take care of the things around us, take care of our loved ones, our pets, our lawns, like farms, whatever your responsibilities are. I feel like you're able to take care of those things better. And it really, like, a mindful adventure really came from my deep need to help myself. And I know that through helping myself through these difficult situations will help other people just by default, because I'm a person, Homo sapien sapien, you're a human, unless you're a dog or a monkey or a cat watching these videos while your owner's passed out. I mean, you're probably fucking with the vibe if you're not a human. But like, I just want to like help guide people to like a better life, because I feel like when I was going through the learning process, when I was starting to understand who I am and what I am meant to do in this life, it was pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie, like, to understand like where I'm going and how I'm trying to get there. And it took me a while to figure it out. And I feel like with the blog posts, I'm able to do a deep dive into specific topics I know that used to not haunt me, but like used to really make me think, really like perplex me in a way that it was difficult. It was like really, it was just difficult to figure out how I needed to do my healing. And then it didn't really fully click until later that I am not broken. Like, I need to heal from the trauma and the emotional things that I've dealt with, but I'm not broken, and neither are you. We're not broken people. We've just fallen away from who we were born as, who we came here as. And the adventure itself is leading you back to yourself, leading you back to home base. And that's really honestly what a mindful adventure is. And I plan to offer things that I believe will help people. I want to sell my art, which I feel the art that I make is, most of it so far has been abstract, but I've been leaning into naturescapes recently, and bringing colors that you don't normally see all together on a page. Like, I feel really led to do that. And that's something that I'm gonna definitely want to sell, and like something I feel like will benefit people and benefit their health, because it also, like, art is one of those things that when you like something, like, it inspires you, or it gives you like a strong emotion, or it gives you something, um Sorry about that. Gives you something tangible to look at, something tangible to invest time into appreciating. Let me move this away from here because it's gonna take a sip of my water. Um, but it brings you like, but it brings you like a sense of, it can bring you a sense of peace, a sense of excitement. It could make you feel deeply. It could perplex you to the point where you're like, I need to have this in my life. It could be any type. It could be any type of thing. I've definitely come across some art that I'm like, I really like this. I don't know why, but I really like this, and I need to invest time into observing it and taking note of it. So that's my hope for my artwork. And I'm also thinking about doing some journals, like starting some different. I like to journal. I like to do deep journaling. I also like to write letters. That's one of the things I really like to do. So the blog posts are kind of like letters. um I'm not gonna lie, when I started the blog post, because each blog post always starts as hello, my dearest adventurers, and a small part of me feels like I'm like wait, Lady Whistledown from Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte. But I'm not talking about gossip. Like that's not what my that's not what my thing's about. And I am very much an outdoorsy girl, so won't be talking about society like that either. But I kind of went off on a tangent. But yeah, the future projects, I'm talking about that. I just see a mindful adventure becoming a large resource for people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And that's honestly what started me down this path and down this road of development and having a desire to teach people how to develop and to grow and to heal their traumas, because trauma is painful. It's not easy. And a lot of people, like, okay, I'm not gonna say some people, I'm gonna say a lot of fucking people. There's a lot of people I know who have traumas and they don't even acknowledge them. They don't think that it's something that affects them, but in reality it does. It affects their relationships with other people. It affects the way that they treat other people, they treat themselves, and sometimes they don't see it. And I'm just here to raise the collective. If there's enough of us pursuing our dreams, our goals, and our ambitions, then it should be enough of a light to encourage those people who may not see that they have something going on deep down, or see that there is something. It's not that there's something wrong, it's more of that there's something that's holding them back from returning back to themselves. Like, they got lost on the way back home, and seeing us move on our journey back home can lead them down their path to go back home. It may open their minds up to different possibilities, things that they never thought about. So I just hope that that is the legacy that a mindful adventure leaves behind. That's what I hope to instill in all the people who read, who come and in the future purchase my items, purchase my journals, um, purchase the artwork and take it into their home. That it brings them a sense of peace. It brings them a sense of positivity that's profound, and it helps them live their lives better. It helps them live a fulfilling life, because that's all I want for myself, and that's what I want for the people around me. I want people to have fulfilling lives. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I want to say. I basically said it all. I went on like 3 tangents, and if you're here to the end, then I'm glad you're here, because this is This has been a long time coming. Like, it took me a long time to finally launch a mindful adventure. It took me almost a year to finally put the website together. I even got a certification in basic digital marketing. Not for this. It was just for me to make more money. And I never got hired. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it with my own shit. And I thought maybe I needed to be a web developer. And then I realized just how much more training I need to do to become a web developer. Yeah, I can write a decent website with some basic code. Like, I got buzzed by a wasp, a mud dauber. But anyway, that completely threw me off. But I can, write, HTML, CSS, basic stuff. I don't know Java. I know Java's not hard, but I don't know Java. I don't know a lot of things. But I love the way that the internet is. And what I used to make my website was actually pretty easy. It was a drag and drop kind of thing. I don't know why I'm saying this. Maybe there's someone who's watching this and is wondering how I made my website. I made it through WordPress, and I got my domain off of namecheap.com. I'm not sponsored by anything. Clearly, like, this is my first video. I'm not sponsors, but I'm willing to help people. I got my domain off of Namecheap. And I got all that information through them, and it's hosted on WordPress. I have Easy WordPress, which comes with the free, uh, I think it's called Safe Search License. I don't know. It's SSL, which basically just makes your website safe. It's that S on the end of the HTTP. Um, and I think it like adds like an extra encryption, so it's harder for people to hack. But anyway, and I have like several plugins and stuff. I mean, if I don't know, I feel like if someone is like genuinely wondering like how I made my website, can you comment below? Like, I can make a website. I can make a website. I can make a website. I can make a video, a short video about that. Like, I could literally go into detail about it, if need be. I'm not opposed to that. Um, I'd have to figure out how to screen capture it. It shouldn't be hard. But anywho, yeah, so I guess if someone feels like they want to do what I'm doing, like start a website, which I mean, it doesn't have to be about self help, doesn't have to be what I'm doing. It could be just any website. They could be like, oh, I want to make a portfolio website or something. Let me know, I guess, like a comment. um, but anywho, you guys can find me um on my various social media outlets. I have all the links below, and also on my main page. You can find it on the social media on the links section on top. Of course, my website, amindfuladventure.live. I'll have that on the screen here, and then my various social media accounts. I have TikTok, Instagram. If you're seeing this video on Wednesday, I still have Facebook, but it's getting deleted this week. And Pinterest, and of course here on YouTube. So I'll put those links down below. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. It's not the most entertaining video, it's just me sitting here talking. Um and it's not really much of an encouraging video. It's just, like I said, it's mostly me talking. So if you liked it, please like it. Leave a comment what you think. If you, like I said, if you want me to talk more about specific topics, then let me know. Otherwise, I'll be waiting for the creator to come and tell me, hey, we need to talk about this. Um, I think next week I'll be talking about something different. I don't know if I'm going to be talking about the topics of the blog posts each week. I'm not sure what's happening yet. That might be a possibility. But what else? Yes, and subscribe for more if you want to get more of this content. I would love for you to subscribe. And I just want you guys to know that I love you. And this video may only get 2 views. It doesn't matter how many views it gets. As long as it touches somebody and reaches them where they're at. That's the main point. That's all this is about. That's what makes it all worth it. Anything else doesn't matter. Just doesn't. So, yeah, I love you guys and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning, afternoon, whatever whenever you're watching this, wherever you're watching this. I hope it finds you well. I'll see you guys.